with.
Sign.
Oh yeah!
Is it
Just
live?
went live.
Yeah.
Just everyone's like,
It hurts.
why is this bright light on?
That's like my biggest fear is that like I'm gonna be doing one of these things and it'll be like I'm out of town and it's early and I feel like shit. I'm just like, Keshia, I hate doing shit like this.
Yeah.
Hi
Hey, everybody! We're all animals out there. Animals. Hey, guys.
Oh, hey.
Good to see you. Oh, are we? Hey. Well, and we're
Excellent.
back.
And we're back.
And we're back.
Hello again.
Are we live?
Yeah,
Oh, we're live.
All right.
Yeah, we're live and live.
Welcome back to another edition of Them Vibes in the Parlor. Right? Are we in the parlor?
Yeah.
Live with them vibes.
Feels like
Live in the
parlor.
parlor. Welcome back. And we have our wonderful friends and amazing artists, Lady Couch, Alan Thompson, and Keshia Bailey. We are thrilled. We are just so excited to have you. So, gosh. Man, this is so cool. So we've known you guys for a long time. We are all live in, we're just from the East Nashville area. And I know just for me personally, before I met Alan Thompson, everybody would just talk about Alan Thompson. This guy, he's such a talent. He's so cool and he's so amazing. And like for years, like when I was first in East Nashville, and I just didn't know. And literally, but I didn't realize that I saw you at the bar every single day.
Right.
I didn't realize that it was you. You know,
Our off time is always at the same time.
Right.
Like,
Which is the on
because it
time.
was the same for me, like, because I guess our mutual friend Jimmy Zednick,
Uh-huh.
you know, he would talk about you guys constantly, and I was just like, who are these guys? And then finally one day, I walk in and you're there with him, and I'm like, all right, it all makes sense now. Like,
So cool. And so, and Keshia Bailey was in our first video for the song Lorelei.
That's right.
She's not only a musician, she's an actor.
if that's what you want to call
Yeah,
it.
you were the mother.
I played a mom,
You
which
played mom.
hopefully
Yes, you
is
did.
the only time I'm playing a mom ever. I'm not sure that role is like a permanent fixture of my lifestyle, but
But you
yeah,
brought it.
I did it.
It was
I
so
did
cool.
it.
Nice.
I apparently have a lot of mom clothes. I didn't realize that.
Oh, you killed it.
Thank you.
You totally
Thank you,
killed
guys.
it. And
Thanks.
actually, you know, the first time that we had a bill together was at the Basement East. I believe it was Smart Objects.
us and Smart Objects.
That's
and,
right.
And you guys, yeah.
And I remember seeing you guys, and you guys just like blew us all away. Because I gotta say, I'm very jealous of the fact that you guys have the band of bands. Like,
We've got a crew. There's no doubt about that.
describe this crew.
There's a lot of us, and you know, we were really lucky to be able to have, you know, really some of the best artists in the city, if not period, want to be a part of this thing with us, and it's man, it's Keshia and I every day are just like so thankful.
I bet. I guess the question is like, how do you guys like keep that together? Because how many people are in your band?
So anywhere from 9 to 13,
There you go.
depending
Wow.
on
There it
is.
depending on the
That's
event. You know, we've got the Nashville Horns, which is Diego Vasquez's like 3-piece horn section, and then we've got Olivia Burnett and Dana Kalin, and sometimes Lily Winwood singing background vocals, and then me and Keish, and then Mike Ford and Clint Main on guitar, Gordo Persha on bass, Grayson Downs on piano, Matt Rowland on keys and synth, and Ray Dunham on drums. And that's our full lineup.
That's wow.
That's so awesome.
So yeah,
I did a gig with Gordo. He played with Amy Darling. I did a thing with her.
Yeah,
And that's how I met him. So when we did that gig together, seeing him, I was like, this is so cool.
yeah. I love Amy too. By
Yeah.
the way, she's
Bad.
she's
She's
so
so
great,
sweet.
man.
Rock and roll woman.
And
Just-
one
just
of my
like-
favorite people.
And just like in town, I was catering an event, and she was bartendering at the event. We just hung out, and she was sneaking me beers, and it was really cool. So,
Yeah,
I'm just
I'm
kidding. I wasn't drinking any beers at work. Yeah, that's
I'm always really excited when I go into Duke's and she's there.
Yeah.
She's so sweet.
So obviously the Alan Thompson band has been kicking ass for a while. Keshia, you were in a band called Magnolia Sons, which was also a slamming band. I mean, we played shows. We did some shows with you guys. How did Lady Couch come together?
Well, basically, Alan and I pretty much just sat in our normal stoop at 3 Grill
That's the way.
And
Everything great happens at
just
Every day.
decided
This
that
is
we wanted to try to do something together, but we weren't like quite sure what exactly it was going to be. And Alan's like, Keish, I just want to get all my friends together and start this band. And I was like, that sounds awesome. You should totally do that. Who's going to sing with you? And he was like, no, I mean like
For us, yeah.
For us. Like, it's our band. I would hope that you would be a part of it. So then it was just kind of curtains from there.
Yeah, well, I realized the other day, because it showed up in my Facebook memories, Mike Grimes had asked me to put something together for Beer Fest, and I didn't want to do an Alan Thompson band thing, and so I put together this Black Crowes cover band, and it was just like the most fun ever, and it was the first time in a long time I had like not had to play guitar, not had to like really worry about anything but just singing. And like Todd Snyder came down and sang one of the tunes with us, and it was just such a blast, and everyone seemed to really dig it. So like that had been sitting in the back of my mind for a minute, that it would be really cool to be, in just a big old Southern jam band like that. And that's what I had always grown up on and always wanted to do since I was a kid. But then I got here and kind of got sidetracked by the pressure to make Genericana for a minute, but eventually we got to where we were doing what we're supposed to do.
Where'd you get the name Lady Couch?
So, me and Terry Rickards and Alex Caress from Little Bandit used to live together in this house over behind the high school in 5 Points, like right on Mansfield, right by Dino's. And when we all moved in together, one of our friends got us this ridiculous, like giant Yankee candle called Mantown. And it's like, it smells like Axe body spray, and it's like the picture on the front is like the POV from a dude with his like foot on the ottoman, changing the channels to like sports on the TV. It was awful. It was a sweet gift. Thank you, Kelsey. I loved the gift. But it was a silly candle, and you know that also. So we would, we were all working at the 5 Spot at the time. We, like hang out after work and stuff, and eventually it became this thing where, everyone would be playing guitars and passing the guitars around, and you would look and it would be like the puppies and like all the girls that were there on the couch. And so one day, Nikki Reese was like, well, this is the lady couch. And, and so that's pretty much from then on, Keshia and everyone else would just always call the couch the lady couch. So I knew that when Keshia and I had to start a band together, then that was obviously what we were going to have to call it.
That's like the hardest thing. You can write 1 million songs. What's the band?
Oh, yeah, I know. Naming a kid.
Yeah.
Well, we also weren't going to keep the name Lady Couch until...
It was kind of going to be a placeholder, but until people...
until it became a thing.
Until it became the name.
Yeah, it definitely caught fire.
There is definitely no other Lady Couch, though.
Yeah.
So,
Right, that's the first thing you do. You go like on Facebook, does anybody have Lady Couch?
Yeah, we
You
don't
go to
have
like, GoDaddy, does anybody have Lady Couch?
Well, no,
Like,
it's funny
ours.
that you should say that, because like on Etsy and various other places, there are plenty of couch ladies who will reupholster your furniture or sell you old furniture. And I found that out the hard way, because I get almost as many, if not more, messages about couch sales than I do about us, playing gigs.
Look at that. A new fan every day.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
So, last record that you put out was in 2012, is that right?
No. The last record we did was Brace Yourself, which came out, I guess, in late 2016.
Okay.
Your Next Door Neighbor, Mr. Jackson, actually co-produced that with Robbie Crowell. And that was the last ATB record.
Because when you guys were playing, I noticed that you were taking some of your old songs and revamping them now for the big band setting, which is amazing. Are you guys now, like as far as the writing process goes, you're essentially writing for that outfit?
Right.
Right?
Yeah, which is a lot of fun when it's fun, and it's also, I'm still getting used to writing for 13 people instead of 5.
Word, you know,
You know?
I get that. So it's like sitting with a guitar. Are you thinking now like horn parts? Are you still? Does it start and end with like the song itself?
I try and not psych myself out with the production aspect in real time, you know, unless I hear something that I know is a horn line, and then I'll build my progressions or my melodies or whatever around that, or, you know, hear a guitar part that's okay, well, this is what, you know, what we're gonna do. But for the most part, it's like I just write a tune and then I start deconstructing it and putting it back together and you know, to see how it'll fit in our world.
There's tons of freedom there. I mean, that's really.
It really is. Like I said, when it's great, it's great. There's definitely plenty of mornings where, you know, you're just like, you think you're heading somewhere, and then you take a left turn, and you just got to walk away from it. You know?
Well, you guys want to play one of your songs for?
Sure.
We'd love that. Lady Cat's gonna play a song. Tell us what you gonna do.
All right, this one's called "Foolish and Blue."
One more night in this room all alone. I'm writing a novel to you on my phone. Fiction feels better right now than the truth. It keeps me from feeling foolish and blue.
We have known each other too long. So how can you be certain what we're doing is wrong? When I said I loved you, I believed it was true. So why am I feeling foolish and blue? Foolish and blue. Foolish and blue. Afraid to sleep, 'cause our dreams may come true. So let's take a chance on love that is new, one that won't leave us foolish and blue.
Everyone walks through life with regrets. Bad things they are said, oh, and hurtful things you meant.
Well, I know I'd regret my life without you. You know I'd always be foolish and blue.
Yeah, that's a good song.
What a great wish you wrote
And
yourself.
you guys were saying, was that not the first tune you guys wrote together?
That was the
Yeah.
first one we wrote together. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure it
Yeah.
might have
Good.
been written through text message.
Pretty
I
much.
pretty
Yeah.
much sent Alan the song. I was like, I got this idea for like this song called "Foolish and Blue," and we pretty much wrote it through text message, and then finally a couple days later got together and it came together. But yeah,
Yeah, it was basically
a
like
song
you're like
written through text message.
title, Foolish and Blue.
Yeah.
Like 10 minutes later, voice memo. Here's what I've got so
Yeah.
far.
Yeah.
Great. That's so cool. So are you guys, we were talking a little while ago about you guys getting into the studio and recording some tunes.
We're gonna go in this week and just do Foolish and another tune called Heartache. It's one of mine from a very, very, very long time ago that never really got entered into the Alan Thompson band repertoire or anything like that, but it was always kind of perfect for a band like this. And so we're gonna do those two tunes and see what we got and see if we like where we're headed, and then start kind of working on, you know, our full length. Hopefully by the fall we'll be back into the studio and be working on our first record.
Right on.
So that's the plan.
Tell the story about where you're recording and all that. That was pretty darn interesting.
We're recording at this place up in Franklin, Tennessee, and it's called the Fort, I believe. I might be wrong because marijuana affects your short-term memory. And but basically it's this really cool spot, and they've got like isolation booths that are like glass to glass all the way down both sides, so like everyone can record live but be isolated enough to fix anything if you want, and everyone can see the engineer, everyone can see each other, you know.
That's wild.
That's really cool.
So we're
Good
super
concept.
psyched about it. Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun.
They're gonna have to build a couple more rooms for your band.
I mean, there's actually enough for all of it. Like, it's crazy.
All right.
Yeah.
So you're taking so the whole group's coming to the track.
Yeah, so
That's
12 of us are gonna be down there.
That's so cool.
But it's
Build
really
some barracks for the
necessary.
fort,
Yeah,
you know?
it's necessary for all 12 of us to be there and also feel like we're close to one another. Like we really want every song to sound like you're sitting in a room with us yelling at you.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, and that's the thing that like I didn't really consider until we booked this time, is that it's like obviously our band is not really it's definitely a little cost prohibitive to take all of us, on the road until we are really in bus or festival world,
Right.
But when you don't have to call extra people into the studio later to put all of the cool stuff
Totally.
on your tracks because everyone's just there at once, we're actually a pretty big money saving band.
Sure. Put it that way. I mean, especially because you guys are making a record that I mean, we would die to make. You know, I mean, there's so many artists and bands out there that would love to have what you guys have, and it's earned, it's luck, but it's like it's also the energy that you guys have that allow a band like that to be together. Not many people in this world can maintain a band like that.
Well, I mean, thank you. That was kind of one of the things where it's like when Keshia and I were talking about putting the band together, my whole life I've said, like, man, it would be really cool to have a big band like Little Feat, or like Joe Cocker with Mad Dogs and Englishmen, or like Bob Marley and the Wailers, or Tedeschi Trucks Band, or something like that. And it's like all of those guys have bands like that because they just decided to have a band like that. So why, the only thing really prohibiting us from doing it is not doing it.
Right.
And it's crazy what happens when you just like let your fears get out of the way and just think about the things that you want to do and the things that you should do and do them. It's almost 90% of the time it works out exactly the way it should.
Damn right.
Yeah.
That's awesome,
Yeah,
man.
it's great.
Oh, we're really looking forward to the record because
Yeah.
I mean,
Thanks.
what you guys are making is so special. So.
Oh man.
Well, we got room for 3 to 5 more.
Come
Yeah.
on!
You guys are welcome to join us whenever you want, man. Yeah.
You guys have any shows coming up, or what's happening?
Our next gig in town is at Acme Feed and Seed on the 17th. We're the late night show, so if anyone's going to see Anderson .Paak at the Ascend, you should definitely walk across the street and come and see us afterwards.
That's great.
We'd love you to be there.
Hell yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Right on, Lady Couch. We do one more song, close this puppy out for this week. Huh?
Let's do it.
Come on.
Let's join ourselves in a song. I used to work in a restaurant, and I was a singing waiter. I was a singing waiter, and I'd be busy like crazy, and I was just like, and the boss, he's this little shit, and he'd be like, Larry, you want to join us in a song? And I was like, what does that even mean? You want me to sing now? I have to drop everything I'm doing. Larry's gonna join us in a song, and I'm like, all right, here I am. I'm joining us in a song. You know,
Oh man.
ridiculous.
What would those songs
Being a
be?
regular singing waiter is hard enough.
I
But
was
having
doing
to do it at work also.
I was doing
That's
Sinatra,
a lot.
Sinatra tunes, yeah,
Oh, man.
in New York City, at a place called Sammy's Romanian Steakhouse, a wonderful place.
Man,
Shout
I
out
feel like we
Sammy's.
get that a lot. Like, can I get a drink? And also, I heard you sing. Like, can you sing something? Come on,
Oh.
sing something. It's like, listen, dude, you want a beer or...
Right.
Not a bloody jukebox,
I
man.
know.
Rory Carroll did that for a while, and she worked at like Uber Gatlinburg, and was like there and waiting tables and stuff, but also like had to have on the, I guess they don't call it lederhosen when you're a chick, they call them something else. But
They just call it slutty cool.
yeah, the cool Oktoberfest outfit.
Yeah, right.
And like
It's
she
like
had to
Polly Girl.
play in this polka band like while she was at work, you know, while people are going over the skyline thing and all that. Like it's
Oh man.
I was
Yeah.
having
Yeah.
brunch many years ago at like one of those famous TV chefs, a woman, and she does all Southern cooking. It's just like add more butter, add more.
Oh,
butter.
you mean Paula Deen?
And Paula Deen, she has.
Fuck Paula Deen.
She's got a restaurant. She's got a restaurant either in Georgia or South Carolina or something. And I was,
It's in Savannah.
It's in Savannah.
Yeah, it's like
and I was there,
like
and,
Tybee Island.
and there was this
Yeah.
bartender, and she was waiting on us, and we were having a brunch, and she's like, "Oh, you're a singer?" I'm like, "Yeah." My girlfriend at the time went to the bathroom. She's like, "Can I sing for you?" And I was like, "I don't know." And she literally did the dance. She was like, she got on the bar. She's like, "Stars shining bright above you."
So
I
we're
mean,
ready to tab out now.
she was like, dream a little dream. She's like, I'm aspiring to be a singer. I'm gonna go to Nashville. And I was like, good for you.
Cool, yeah. We'll see you there.
Can you just put our mac and cheese in a box?
I know.
And like, we'll eat it walking back to the car.
Oh, that's amazing.
So what song we gonna do there, Lady Couch?
Let's do a little Makes No Difference.
Yeah, this is one of our favorite songs by definitely our favorite band. So.
I love this song too because it always makes Alan cry. I really appreciate making
Like to
Alan
make
cry.
you
That's
cry.
how I know I've done a good job when I look over and Alan's like.
That is how you know.
That's how I know. Like I'm like I just made him feel something. Praise me.
Well, it's funny you say it because
Especially the
again,
song.
back in the day when I didn't know who you were or whatever, but I'd see you at the bar, and you were so intimidating to me because you just kind of always had the same face, and you kind of looked a little angry at times, you know. And because I also never saw you laugh, or I never saw you, I never saw you
Right.
cry.
Right.
But
Right.
I
You
remember
pick your
thinking,
teeth with a Bowie knife.
like oddly freed. I see that guy when I used to go to we used to go to the same gym, and
Right.
and he has a scowl, and I'd be like, he's
Yeah,
amazing.
exactly.
And I'm like,
He's the sweetest human you will ever meet in your life.
Exactly.
No person on earth as nice as Oddly Free, but for years, especially from being a Crows fan and stuff like that, it's like whenever I would see Oddly around town, I would just be like,
yeah, right. Yeah, right. Yeah. This guy's angry, and he's so tall, and that's intimidating too. Cool. All right.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
It makes no difference where I turn. I can't get over you
Thank you
great.
so
Yeah,
much.
thanks for having us, y'all.
Alan
Thank you,
Thompson, Keshia Bailey, Lady Couch.
Thanks.
We're them vibes, hanging in the parlor. Until next time, thank you so very much.
Thanks,
Cheers.
y'all.